See him a beast when he hear that sound like yeah, beat on the beat when he hear that sound like woo. Yeah, bitch and the champ only need one round like ha. Yeah, me, I'm a G bring heat and it sound like
Jake Noecker here with the scrap news and fighting at UFC Vegas 72, April 29th at the Apex Center. Cody Durden. Cody, dude, how you doing, man? Almost fight week.
Man, I'm ready. I'm tuned in. Everything's coming together this fight camp, and ready to make some noise next weekend.
I mean, dude, you're riding a big 2-fight win streak, closing as an underdog both times, shutting everyone up with big performances. Did a switch flip, or was this expected the whole time?
Yeah, I started sacrificing a lot more. I changed up fight camps, started going to Coconut Creek, and just getting away from everything but fighting. I knew I had to make a change and sacrifice more and get myself in the championship environment and start training with the best. And that's what I did about 2 years ago, and it's paying off for me.
And I saw you tweet the other day that getting on the underdog money while it lasts. You're still an underdog for whatever reason, dude. You still telling people to bet on you?
Absolutely. I'm feeling the best I've ever felt. I put in so many rounds with the champions, pure champions, Kyoji Horiguchi, Pantoja, Adriano Moraes, and a lot of other guys that are under the radar that are down there at Coconut Creek, and my guys here at Team Lima, American Top Team, Team Lima. So, man, I'm so ready. Like, I'm bleeding with confidence this fight.
And this is my last question about the past, but your last fight out, you beat Carlos Mata. Did you see he popped and now has a 2-year ban?
Yeah, man. He not only failed the drug test the night we fought, but he failed a drug test 3 weeks later. And yeah, you can say what you want. You know, he can say that he didn't know what he was taking, or he had COVID, so he had to take some medication. Dude, I've had COVID 3 times, and I've had 25 USADA tests, and I've never popped for anything. So, uh, you know, just take ownership, and you messed up, you got caught. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. I know one thing, that he was strong as hell, and he never really broke. In the third round, he didn't get any. He didn't lose any strength. So it was like, that's what I told my coach after the fight. I said, "Oh my gosh, like, he didn't slow down not one bit." And it was like he recovered really, really fast in between the exchanges, in between the hard grappling, and uh, yeah, it didn't help him. I still dominated, from bell to bell.
Hey, man, roided up or not, you'll take him down. Doesn't matter. And you just mentioned you're training at American Top Team. How's camp been? Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
I got a buddy of mine, Scott Barber's in my camp. My head coach, Chad Schaefer, and my other coach, Diego Lima. Yeah, I've been at American Top Team for 5 weeks. I just came back this week to finish the camp out with my coach and work on some specific things. But it was the best. It's the best training camp I've ever had, hands down. I've put in so many rounds. I missed zero practices. I showed up every day, and since March I've been grinding. So 2 straight months now, and I'm ready, dude. I'm ready to shut this guy up.
Do you train with Shamel Findley at all?
I do. Yeah, he actually went down, and he was part of my camp. He came down for 2 weeks. And man, he's a great training partner, great person, and I teach him everything I know.
He's got a big fight this Thursday. How you think he's going to do?
I think he's going to do good. He's in shape. He's put in the work. I've seen him at the gym every single day, and I just saw the rounds and how much work he put in down there at American Top Team. We're training 2-3 times a day. Some days I'm just like, "Hey, bro, you got this training session." I'm sore as hell. So, go ahead. And they gutted it out and pushed through it. And yeah, I'm ready to watch him fight.
And this is your first fight as a brown belt, I believe. How does that feel?
Feels good, man. When I do become a black belt, I'm gonna have to you're gonna have to start referring to me as professor. So,
Yes, sir. Say less.
yeah, man, I love it, dude. I put in so much time. I've been wrestling since I was like in sixth grade, 10 years old, and wrestling's carried through to jiu-jitsu so well because of positioning. And the past year, I've really been focused on being unsubmittable. And you can see when I got caught in the armbar versus Carlos Mata, I knew exactly what to do. I've been working so much submission defense since the Mokaev loss that we're not going to get put in those predicaments again. And if we do, then we know how to fight out of it.
Charles Johnson, UFC Vegas 72. Any past encounters with the dude? What are your thoughts on him?
Oh man, he's had a lot to say about me. He doesn't even know me though. Like it's only what he saw. He said some shit like, "Oh, he's a drunk. He's a racist. All kind of crazy shit." Uh, yeah, I had a few drinks in Jacksonville on April 8th. Me and my wife, it was our anniversary. Our anniversary is April 8th. Went to Jacksonville and we had a good time. I had just fought a week before. So at the end of the day, I'm human and I like to have fun too. You know what I mean? But he's talked a lot of shit, and I'm ready to cast that check and bounce his head off the canvas. Like I said, man, I'm bleeding with confidence, and no matter where the fight goes, the ground, stand up, uh, I'm getting the dub on April 29th. And that's all that matters.
And I don't know if you call me a journalist. I kind of consider myself a promoter. You know, I like to give you guys the airtime you deserve and help your fights get the views they should be getting. So from that perspective, I'd be telling people this fight is going to be a probably grapple fest, and you're going to see some cardio on display. How do you think the styles are going to clash against each other?
I think I can lead the dance. You know, if I want to take him down, I'll take him down. A lot of people, they sleep on my striking. They sleep on it, but I've dropped the last two guys I fought, and man, I really believe in my hands, and as I've grown older, and as I've went with so many high level guys, I don't have to take it to the ground. I have great boxing combinations, great Muay Thai, and I'm just ready to see how this fight plays out.
You're on a 3-fight win streak inside of the Apex. Do you like fighting there?
It's all right. I mean, it's not bad, I suppose, but I'd rather fight in front of some fans. You know, this is my sixth fight at the Apex,
Yeah.
I think, and I've had one fight in London. No, five fights at the Apex, one fight in London, and man, I'm ready to touch the U.S. soil and get in front of 20,000 fans. You know, that's what I got into fighting for. You know, to fight on the biggest stage and feel that thrill that I felt in London with a victorious outcome.
And you were in like enemy water there too, man. Imagine them hyping you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. When you go across state, when you go across to another continent, another country, man, they are not your friends over there. You know, as I lost to Mokaev, I was walking back through the tunnel, and this guy, he was like, he said something, "You fucking wanker," and I got to the back, and I was like, "What the fuck's a wanker?" And he was, and then my coach explained it to me. It's like, it's so it's like it was cool overall. We lived for moments, and that was a good moment in my life with a bad outcome. But I'm never down for long, minutes, hours, days, weeks go by, man, I always pick it back up, and I always improve and get better. And I think that's what's so awesome about this journey.
And, we're talking about wanting to fight in front of fans, right? So when you beat Charles, do you have any events coming up that you'd like to fight on? There's some stack cards coming up. They're coming to New Jersey, Canada. I think they're planning Abu Dhabi in October. How many more fights you want to get in 2023? Any cards you want to get on?
Yeah, I want to get right back into it, man. I mean, I'm on a roll right now. I feel like everything's going my way. I've had the best practices where I really right now, man, I feel like I'm one of the best, and just just got to get in there and get a good outcome and see where it goes. I could get in there and be the first person to finish Charles Johnson, or I could get in there and we could beat the living shit out of each other. So we'll just have to see how it plays out.
And now that you're on this 2-fight win streak, looking for 3 against a big name in Charles Johnson, you're very close to getting into that ranking title picture, so to speak. There's some big fights coming up in flyweight to keep an eye on. I would just want to ask your opinion on them. The first one, Figgy versus Mokaev. How do you think that one plays out?
Oh, wow. When did they announce that one?
I think that was this week they announced it. I'm not sure if it's official, but it's like a done deal pretty much.
That's a good one. That's a good one. But man, I have to take Figueiredo. He's got the 5-round experience. He's a hard hitter, but you can't sleep on Mokaev. He's solid.
And then,
But if I had to bet, I would go Figueiredo.
I kind of agree with you there. And then obviously the belt in your division is going to be up for grabs too. And you said you train with Pantoja. He's going up against Brandon Moreno. How do you see that one playing out?
It's gonna be a good fight. But Pantoja, he's one of the best in the world. I think he's 25-5, and he's got two wins over Moreno. I see Pantoja finishing him with a submission.
That would be crazy, man, especially because the last title fight we saw in flyweight other than Moreno and Figgy was like 3 or 4 years ago. So I'm very excited for Pantoja to get in there. And
Yeah, I know, right?
it's been forever, man.
For sure.
Division's been clogged, so refreshing.
Yeah.
And this is my last question for you. And I know you've been talking about it recently, but I would love to get your thoughts. Like I said, you're close to this title picture, this rankings. When do you think realistically, or when do you want to be in that picture? Do you have like a sort of time frame in mind or a way that goes down?
I mean, we'll see how this fight plays out, and man, I get in there, get the win, and my next fight's a top 15 opponent. That's what I want. I'm here to climb the ladder and do the best I can day in and day out. Starting with my training, starting when I wake up in the morning and make my bed, and get after it, man. Have a successful year, But first thing first, I want to be the first person to finish Charles Johnson, and anyone can be finished, and I think I'm the guy to do it.
Love it, man. Looking forward to the fight. And before we get out of here, a lot of eyes are going to be on you. ESPN Plus, you got a bunch of fans as is. I just want to give you the opportunity. Is there anything you would like to say to everybody? The mic is yours.
Tune in April 29th. Big shout out to my sponsors, Barber Orthopedics and Spine, Fathletic Apparel, and Jason Ferguson. Thank you. Let's get it going.
He said it best, people. April 29th, UFC Vegas 72, Cody Durden, Charles Johnson goes down. Make sure you tune in on ESPN Plus. Cody, thank you, brother. Flex it up and kick ass. All right, man?
Let's go.